What's up, everyone? I'm Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures, and today I am taking out my Warn VR10-S winch and doing something probably controversial, definitely controversial, especially those die-hard Warn fans. And I am replacing this winch with what some would consider a budget winch, and not from one well-known brand like a Smittybilt or even a Harbor Freight. But this one's by a company called Openroad 4x4, and I'll get into details of that in a minute. Ozark Overland Adventures is proudly supported by the More Expo, the Midwest's only indoor event for adventure travel enthusiasts. Artemis Overland Hardware. They have the passion and knowledge to ensure that your next outdoor experience is more than a camping trip, it's an adventure. And Long Creek Overland, your source for Ozark Overland Adventures merchandise and more. Why am I taking out my Warn winch? Now, Warn is hands down the top brand in the industry, and for good reason. They are fantastic. But this one has caused me problems twice now. I have had an issue with my clutch, with my free spool lever not working. I had to take it apart and kind of rebuild the gears, repack them with grease, clean them up real well. Because what happened back in the spring, if you watch the video that said I was stupid, I got this winch underwater, and it sat underwater for several minutes, probably 10 minutes. And water got all inside the gears and everything, rust happened, and it seized up my free spool lever. So had to deal with that. Just recently, I was in Moab running Pritchett Canyon and broke a U-joint. So from that point on, I had to winch up everything after rocker knocker. And I wasn't just, constant pull. There's space. It had time to rest in between obstacles. But I was on the very last obstacle, which was a 40-foot slab, got 15 feet from the top, and it conked out on me. It quit. It just left me dangling there, which is not cool when you're dangling off a 40-foot slab.
Current situation, we're just stuck up here at the top of Yellow Hill at 22 and 13 degrees because my winch is exhausted.
So a buddy of mine had to turn his Jeep around and pull me the rest of the way up. So I called Warn because lifetime warranty, 7-year warranty on the electrical. I called Warn and told them about it, and they said, yeah, definitely, we'll check it out. But here's the catch. To get this serviced or to get this warrantied, you have to do one of two things. One, take it to an authorized Warn service center. I'm in Central Arkansas. Turns out the nearest authorized Warn service center is in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is 5 hours away. That's not cool. Or the other option is for me to pay the price to mail this to them. I don't know if you've checked on shipping rates lately, but this is not lightweight, nor is it small. For me to mail this back to Warn would cost the price of pretty much a budget winch. So I'm still working with Warn on that, but in the meantime, I've got trips coming up. I don't have time, or I don't want to deal with a winch that may or may not get me out of a situation. And this one, I do not trust this one at the moment. This is their older VR10-S winch. This is not the new VR10-S Evo winch. They've made some improvements in the Evo version of this winch that I'll get into, but just know this is the 10S, not the new Evo. The winch that I'm going with is this one by Openroad 4x4. It is a 13,000 pound winch with synthetic line, and the one reason that I went with this over any other brand is because it's IP67 waterproof rated, whereas that one is not waterproof at all. IP67 means that this one can sustain submerged in a meter of water for 30 minutes without any water getting in. And I figure if I'm stuck in, if where my winch is mounted, if it's submerged in a meter of water for 30 minutes, I've got more issues than winching out. Something else catastrophic has happened. So decided to go with this. Full transparency, this company did reach out to me at just the right moment, I'll say, because my Warn failed me. This company did reach out to me and offered to send this to me for free. I have no affiliate with them. If you purchase this winch from the link below, I don't make any money off of it. I just want to give you an honest review of this and let you know, because not everybody has a Warn budget. If you are on any of the forums, if you're on any of the Facebook groups, anybody asks about winch, the Warn diehards, Warn's the only way to go. Buy once, cry once. And I agree with that. Warn, like I said, is the top for a reason, and they deserve it. But not everybody has a Warn budget. And the VR line is the one winch from their line that is made in China. This is also made in China, or they say their parts come in China. For the new Evo version, they say their parts come from China. It's assembled here in the US. This still comes from China. So anyway, I thought I would give this company a shot. I'm actually going to S'more, the Southern Missouri Off-Road Ranch in Seymour, Missouri this weekend, just actually tomorrow. And we're going to be running some difficult trails, and I don't want to be in a situation where my winch isn't going to work. So I want to put this to the test, and I figure at an off-road park, good place to do it, instead of being out, maybe in the Ozarks and out without cell signal, that sort of thing. I want to put it to the test, and I'll let you know how it goes. I mean, build construction, it looks really nice. It looks on par with, any other winch I've seen in this price category. Right now on their website, it is $449 for a 13,000 pound IP67 rated winch. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But build construction looks really nice. I have no complaints, nothing visible about this. I will say, talking about the free spool on the Warn and just about any other winch I've seen, it's a lever that rotates all the way around. I actually like the way this one does it. You pull, to get it in the free spool, you pull up and rotate. That disengages the clutch. And then to put it back into gear, you just rotate and it drops back down. I like that lifting up, because it's working, as opposed to what happened on the Warn. It just wouldn't turn. There was nothing I could do. So just lifting this up locks it in place, and then it can free spool. And I think that's actually kind of nice. But we're going to get the Warn out and put this one in, and should be a fairly simple process. Obviously, I'm doing this on my Gladiator. This is not a how-to on how to install a winch, because you may be watching this and have a Toyota 4Runner or a Suzuki Samurai or something else. But so this is not how to install a winch on a Gladiator. But anyway, we're going to get that one out and this one in. There we go. Now, before I get those all really tight, I want to hook the winch up to the battery and just make sure that it works. Because that would suck if I did all this work and then the winch didn't work. Works. Perfect. The fun part of any winch install is getting the wires up through here, and that can be made a lot easier with a coat hanger. Ha! That wasn't so bad. Getting it to fit in the bumper without actually taking the front of the bumper off was a little bit of a challenge. Getting the bolts in there, running the wires up here is usually more of a challenge than this was. This was super easy. So, yay Gladiator. But obviously this will be more of a long-term test to see how this winch actually performs. I just wanted to introduce it to you and tell you why I was making the change and why I'm currently not so happy with Warn and their VR10-S line. The new Evo, different story. Haven't tested it, but on paper it looks fantastic. But I will be putting this winch, I will actually be testing this winch at S'more this weekend. If I don't actually get stuck, I'll use it to pull me up something just to see how well it pulls. All right, I'm excited to get to use my new winch to recover Chris and his Lexus. His center diff lock is not engaging, so he's basically just got front wheel drive, which is not good. So we're gonna get him up. And now he's on a skid plate. There he goes. All right, hang on, Chris. Hold on. Okay, well, the very first winch pull, that was actually a good strong pull for the new Openroad 4x4 Panther winch. Did really good. I mean, it's not the fastest winch in the world, but I wouldn't expect that either, but it did good. Locked front and rear. I'm giving it my all, Captain. Stuff is just nasty. Well, as you saw, I did get to use the new winch twice this weekend, once recovering a friend of mine and once on myself. And video angles never do the steepness of hills justice. That second one that I was recovering myself on, stupid steep. But it performed very well. Now, obviously, this is not a full detailed test of this. I'm gonna have to wait till probably springtime before I'm in water crossings, where this is actually getting wet and possibly used in deep mud and that sort of thing. But, initial impressions are, I'm very happy with it. The line speed was decent, on par with the Warn VR10-S that we had. It pulled very well. I do like having the wireless remotes, not having to deal with the cables, either standing beside the vehicle as I'm recovering someone else or as I'm driving and recovering myself. That's super handy. I do like the free spool engagement, the way that works. I don't foresee that being an issue like it was on the Warn and having to twist it to disengage the gears. And so I'm happy with it. No complaints at all. I'm gonna keep using it. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. If you would like the video, leave us a comment below. If you've got any questions or any observations that you had, if you would subscribe to the channel. I'm going back to Moab for a third time in less than 2 weeks. So crazy excited about that. May get a chance to test it out some more there. But check out our Patreon if you like the channel and want to consider supporting us in a very tangible way. We also share our routes and GPS data to our Patreon subscribers as well. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the next adventure. Bye.